Welcome to the top 10 most used Linux commands. Today we are going to cover ls and its flags cd, pwd, mkdir, rmdir, mv, cp, touch, man, and alias. The first and the very important command that you have to use is ls, which stands for list. So this is used to list the directories or the file that we want to use. For example, here I have list and I want to list my root directory. As you could see, everything inside my root directory or listed here, the files, the directories, and everything. We could also use some extras, or it's called flags, with ls command to be able to get more information. So here I have only the name of the file. In case I want to find out the ownership of these files, the size of them, or the link of them, or the dates that they have last been modified, I have to use ls al command, which, as you could see, a part of the name of the files which are written on the right side. I could see the permission of these files, owner of these files, the size of the files, and the dates that they have been last modified. So this is the most important command. If you are new in Linux, this is the first command that you should learn. Second command that I want to teach is cd command, which stands for change directory. Directory in Linux is like the folder, so change the folder. If we want to jump from one folder to another folder in Linux, we have to use this command. For example, here I am listing my root directory and I am just going to, but I want to go one step further and I want to open my bin directory inside the root directory. So how to do that? By typing cd and then the path of the directory. So as you can see that right now I'm in my bin directory. If I use the first command to list it, it is listed. And now if I want to switch from bin directory to, let's say, sbin directory in my root directory, all I have to do is change directory sbin. And now as you could see, I am in my sbin directory, and if I list it, I'll see the files or the commands inside sbin directory. We could also use cd dot dot, which means go back, so change directory or go back to the previous directory. If I click on this, we could see that we are in the root directory, which is the parent of sbin directory. The third command I want to teach is pwd, which stands for print working directory. So this is also one of the important commands. Using this, we are able to locate where we are right now inside our directory or inside our terminal. So if I just type this and if I enter, you could see that we are inside our root directory. But let me just give you one more example here. So I will just use cd bin to get inside our bin directory. But let's see that we don't know that where we are right now. So we just have to type pwd, which stands for print working directory, and as you could see, it has given us the bin directory or the address. Pwd is like an address finder in our terminal. The fourth directory I want to teach is mkdir, which stands for make directory. So this is just the short letters for make directory. It is used to create a new directory or a new folder inside our terminal. For example, here in my root directory, I want to just create a new file or folder and I want to name it ABC. So how to do that is, initially we have to use sudo command, because sudo in Linux is in a way that we are requesting Linux to give us access or to let us to do something which requires administrator permissions. So I just type sudo mkdir and I want to name my directory as ABC. And right now, if I list my root directory, you will be able to see ABC directory here, which has been created. We could also use multiple directory using the same mkdir command. For example, I want to create two directory, one is school, one teacher. So all I have to do is sudo mkdir school and then put a space and type your second folder that you want to create, or in this case I'm just going to create three of them: school, teacher, and students. And if I click here, you could see that there are three new directory which has been created. ABC is already there, but school, teacher, and students are also created here. Now the fifth command I want to teach is rmdir, which stands for remove directory. So as we saw here how to create the new directory by typing mkdir, the same way by typing rmdir we could remove the directories. Let's just go ahead and remove the same directories which I've just created ABC. So we have to type sudo rmdir And right now, if I list my root directory, you could see that my ABC directory is gone. We could also remove multiple directories in the same line, the same way that we are able to create multiple directories in the same line. So all we have to do is sudo rmdir. I created 3 directories of students, school, and teacher. Right now, as you could see that all my school, teacher, and my students directories has gone. The sixth directory I want to teach is touch directory, which is used to create files inside our terminal. For example, here in my root directory, I want to create a new text file. So all I have to do is sudo touch and notes dot, this is our file name. So if I click on that, you could see right now that our document, our text file has been created. Using this touch command, we could create other file types. It doesn't have to be only the text files. If I just type sudo touch notes, and if I list it, you could see that the notes files has been created, which is not necessarily a text file. The next command I want to teach is man command, which is short for manual. So in case we want to use a command and we don't know what it is used for, all we have to do is just type man, which is manual, and then ls. You could see that all the manuals or the help documentation for ls command is here, starting from what it stands for. So here you could see ls stands for list directory contents and the rest of the information. The next command I want to teach is alias command. Alias stands for alias or sudo. In case sometimes we want to create a shortcut for a longer command that we could use our own terminal. So as you know that Linux is quite flexible when it comes to creation of new commands by ourselves. So here as an example, when we want to long list a file or a directory, we use ls al and let's say bin directory. And if you feel that this is a long command and you want to create a new version of this command using your own shortcut, all you have to do is just alias new command. So I'm just putting it 333. This is going to be my shortcut for lsal command, equal lsal. And right now if I just type LLL, which is a command defined by myself and bin directory, you could see that it has done the same exact job which we were doing using lsal command. The next command I want to teach is cp, which stands for copy. So as its name says, it is used to copy one file or one folder to a different one. So for example, here I have a.txt command, which I want to take a copy of this in my abc directory. All I have to do is just type sudo a.txt inside our abc directory. So for example, I want to take a copy of this a.txt file inside my abc directory. All I have to do is just type sudo or please cp a.txt to abc directory. And now if I just go ahead and open my cd abc directory, you could see that a.txt has been copied here. So this is the copy command. The last command I want to teach is mv command, which stands for move. The same way that in Windows we use move to move a file or a folder from one place to a different, the same way in Linux we use mv, which stands for move. As an example here, I want to completely move this a.txt file inside my abc directory. So all I have to do is sudo mv a.txt and then just put your destination, which is abc directory. And now if we list back our root directory, you could see that a.txt is not anymore here. And let's just go ahead and list our abc directory. As you could see, a.txt is completely moved inside our abc directory. We could also use mv directory to rename our file name. For example, I want to change the name of this notes.txt to abc.txt. So all I have to do is sudo mv notes.txt txt, and I will just have to put the new name for my file, so abc.txt. Right now, if I just list once again my root directory, so you could see that it has been changed to abc directory from notes directory.